What the fuck just happened? What's going on, guys? Had an issue there. Yeah, so doing a stream, talking about a couple things real quick because we're not doing Taste Tuesday. I'm also trying to figure out what the fuck OBS is doing, which is probably good because it'll give people time to come hang out. Yeah, so in case you're not in the Discord, and if you're not, you should be, so make sure to go down below, click the link, and talk to us anytime, all the time. But I inform people there that we will not be doing a Taste Tuesday this week. We might do a Taste Cast, but my priority is to get Chevy up to speed on streaming while I'm gone. So we'll probably be doing a stream tonight or tomorrow night. I know there's a couple pre-E3 things happening soon, so we'll have plenty of stuff to watch. I think there's some Monster Hunter shit, and I think Beyond Good and Evil 2, which is not going to be at E3, which fucking blows. What's up, Brian? They'll be having a video, I think, tomorrow night or tomorrow or today. I don't know. It's one of the two. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, so we'll be streaming that. Get Chevy some practice because he will be streaming when I'm not here next week. The plan is, for people who don't know, next week I will be in California. I'll try and do daily vlogs of what I'm doing at E3, reacting to shit, blah, 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 blah. Do some extra stuff, hopefully. I'm going to try and do reactions of the presentations that happen. That's going to be kind of rough, though, while I'm out, in the fucking wilderness of LA. But Chevy will be back here doing streams of them. So we will be getting at least somebody from the channel doing content like that. But I will be doing vlogs of being on the floor, checking shit out, blah, 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 any news I hear, and stuff like that. So that's planned for next week, and this week's kind of a clusterfuck getting ready for that. So yeah, no Taste Tuesday, so I'm doing this. I'm going to kind of do a Tasty Tuesday. So yeah, fucking let's just jump into that. So I got a couple things I pulled that I'm going to talk about, and we'll just go from there. Anybody watching live, feel free to chime in. And if you're watching this after fact, hope you enjoyed the episode. That's very impromptu and unplanned and unorthodox and not working as well as I'd like it to, but we'll make it work. So yeah, first thing I want to talk about that I have pulled up isn't necessarily E3 news, but it is coming out because Sony needs to be talking about some stuff while everybody else is getting all the attention. So this article via GameSpot is PS4 system update to make big changes to party chat. Yeah, so we're just going to jump into it. So Sony might not be attending E3 this year, but it still has plenty going on to share with players around the world. The company has now detailed some upcoming changes to the PS4's party system, and it sounds intriguing. In a post on the PlayStation blog, social media director Sid Schumann revealed Sony is currently testing enhanced chat audio quality, improved network connectivity, and the ability to create and participate in parties of up to 16 people, up from the current limit of 8. I've never been in a party of 8 people on the chat for PlayStation, but that's definitely an increase. The new features are part of the next PS4 update preview program, which gives beta access to select users for new updates. North American players will be able to test a couple of extra features too. The PS4 second screen mobile app will allow you to enter text, which will then be spoken aloud to other party members. It's interesting because I know you can already use your app on your phone to talk to people through the PSN app, but for it to do voice to or text to voice is very interesting. I wonder how well it's going to sound, how good it will. Additionally, the app can transcribe that incoming chat into audio from your friends. Sony says these app-focused updates are available to US and Canada-based users only for the time being, only in English. Signups for the upcoming beta, blah, 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 soon. Not too worried about that. Although it says Sony will allow you to share the access code with 20 friends, which is also kind of fucking crazy. That's a lot of people. Yeah, so I wanted to share this just because it is a major update coming out for PlayStation 4. And yeah, overall, it seems pretty cool. I can't think of a situation where I'd have 16 people in chat talking at once, but I know there's people who do play in large groups, especially if you're doing like raids in a in fucking division or something like that. Even though I think you only have 8 people in a raid, but I could be wrong. But yeah, there's some games that might call for that, or you just hang out with a bunch of friends talking or whatever. Most I ever get in a chat is like 4, so this isn't really necessarily super exciting for me, but it is cool regardless. I do think that it's kind of neat as well, though, that you can get into a chat with people from your phone and it will talk on your behalf of what you type. That's kind of interesting because even if like you were at work or something, you can still be talking with everybody while they're doing stuff, and they don't have to look at your text. So that's pretty cool. I can't really think of a situation I would be using that in aside from fucking with people, but I'm sure there's a lot of useful uses for that. The big thing I saw here that I thought was really cool, though, was enhanced chat audio quality. That's huge. I'm a big audiophile, so like when it comes to especially people's mics, people have different quality mics, different price bracketed mics. That plays a part, but also the network itself plays a part in translating that fucking audio over to other people. And if you can cut out the middleman and make that a better experience, you might be able to make even lesser mics sound a little better, which is definitely beneficial to everybody because that's fucking so annoying when you can't communicate with people very well. What's up, Psycho? You're joining late, so just letting you know, this is me just kind of hopping through some fucking new shit that I thought was interesting. Most of it's pre-E3 stuff, but this is just PS4 having better audio quality, upping shit from party chat from 8 to 16, and allowing you to talk from your app through text, and it translates it into voice into people's chat, which is kind of interesting on their PS4s. Yeah, so that is that. Next thing I want to talk about is E3 2019 leak reveals Watch Dogs Legion is set in London and you play as an NPC. Now, I've seen this creeping around on Twitter quite a bit recently, and everybody's making jokes about the NPC part. I'm curious about it. I don't get what the fuck they mean by that, but a lot of people have been making some very social and political jokes when it comes to that. Yeah, so let's just jump into it. This is also via GameSpot. In fact, all of these are except for one YouTube video, which I think is Tech Radar, which I forgot they even fucking exist. Yeah, so it says, it appears one of Assassin's Creed publisher Ubisoft's big E3 2019 surprises, which they did say that they had like 4 or 5 AAA games coming out by the beginning of next year or some shit. So we know that there's some big stuff coming. This is apparently one of them. Amazon UK posted a product page for Watch Dogs Legion, which is apparently set in London. The listing was originally spotted by and reported on by the Nerd Mag, wherever the fuck that is. The game's supposed product description states that the game will riff on current events. Watch Dogs Legion is set in a near future dystopian version of London, so modern day London. It's a post-Brexit world in which society, politics, and technology have changed and altered London's fortunes. London's fortunes, it says. The product description then gets a little odd and potentially suspect. It states London makes total sense for Watch Dogs, which is kind of phrasing we wouldn't expect from a major publisher. Additionally, the product description spells the word surveillance as surveils. I don't get it. I don't get it. Let me know in the comments if you know what the fuck that's supposed to be. Surveils. Huh. Yeah, something might be off with the product description, but the London setting had been rumored for many months already. Well, Kotaku's Jason Schreier, fucking hate that guy, reported today that Watch Dogs Legion is indeed the title of the game, and London is its setting. Perhaps the most interesting part of Watch Dogs Legion is who the main character is, anyone. The product description states, play as anyone. Every individual you meet in the open world has a full set of animations, voiceover, character traits, and visuals that are generated and guided by gameplay systems. We're going to go over that one more time. Play as anyone. Every individual you meet in the open world has a full set of animations, voiceover, character traits, visuals that are generated and guided. So are you going to be able to like swap through different people? Kotaku reports that it's also heard that this is about Watch Dogs 3 and that some parts of the game will play out different based on the NPC you choose to play. The system underpinning this is apparently very ambitious, so much so that it's led to at least one delay. The first Watch Dogs was set in Chicago, Watch Dogs 2 moving to San Francisco. Watch Dogs Legion is not the first Ubisoft game to leak before E3 this year. Recently, a roller derby game called Roller Champions is also reportedly set to reveal at Ubisoft's show. We'll fucking pull that one up because I remember hearing about that. Watch Dogs Legion and Roller Champions could be two of Ubisoft's 3 unannounced games scheduled to release between 3. I could have sworn they said other ones. Splinter Cell. Yeah. So we have new Watch Dogs leaked, Legion, which will be shown at E3, hopefully playable, and you'll be able to play as anyone in a post-Brexit London. It's very interesting. Let's see what the chat's fucking saying. Yeah, seen some of the PlayStation enhanced PS functions already. Hello Baby, interesting. To be honest, even though I've played both Watch Dogs, I completely forgot those games even existed. I doubt they'll have all that voiceovers, but okay then. Yeah, so this is it's interesting to hear just because I played the first Watch Dogs, and like everybody else, I was kind of disappointed with it. It was cool, it was fine, it's whatever, but it didn't really hit where you wanted it to. Like the initial trailers they showed, first off, looked amazing graphically, and kind of gave you this idea that you're going to be doing like a lot of hacking in a really interesting way to do really interesting things. And what we got was a decent looking open world game with some minimal open world things to do, some basic driving, and a point and click hacking system that allowed you to essentially turn a switch off and on most things. And it was fine, but I didn't even beat it. I couldn't keep playing it because I just got kind of bored. I never played Watch Dogs 2, which kind of sucks because I hear it's good. Everybody I've talked to who's played it says it's really good. But again, I was so like, how much better could it be than the original Watch Dogs? So I kind of skipped it. I do think this is kind of the sweet spot, though, for people who might have played the second one and really dug it, and people like me who skipped the second one to maybe give it another try. One was definitely a letdown. 2 was a nice improvement. See, that's what I hear from people. But I skipped 2. I see it on sale sometimes for like $7 too, and I'm like, I should just pick it up. But then I'm like, how many games do I have that are fucking open world, like 40-hour fucking games that I'm never gonna beat? So I just haven't done it. Quite a bit better. Yeah, that's what everybody fucking says. So hopefully Legion will be at the very least as good as Watch Dogs 2. I'm hoping obviously better. As for the premise, the London thing kind of makes sense, especially politically. I mean, especially when they're talking about surveillance. I know some people will have issues with them saying something like that, but I guess like the UK, from what I hear, is the most surveillanced country in the world right now, in the first world, or at least Western world. I'm not sure if China beats them or not. So they definitely have a Big Brother vibe thing going on there, and so it makes sense that Ubisoft would take advantage of that as a setting, because all the Watch Dogs games have always been about like anti-authoritarian, anti-government, like you're a fucking hacker group, like fighting the man type thing, and it just kind of makes sense that you would do that. The NPC thing's interesting though. I need to see it in practice, because it doesn't sound that intriguing to me, but it sounds like it could be good if they did it correctly. I don't know how they're doing it though, because I haven't really seen a game do this outside of like, what was that fucking driver game where you could like hop from car to car because you were in a dream? Your main character's in a coma, so while you're driving you could like teleport to other cars and shit. I know that's not the same at all, really, but like it kind of reminds me of that. It sounds like you're just gonna pick a fucking NPC and play as them. And this whole Legion thing, I think they're taking after Anonymous, We Are Legion type thing. So I think you'll be playing as multiple people, kind of having the idea of like, you don't know who the fucking hackers are, but they're all amongst us and shit. Kind of sounds like that. So maybe you'll be hopping around. Maybe, like they said, they'll have different voiceover animations and attributes to them. which does sound ambitious, but at the same time, a lot when they say stuff like that, it's normally like they meet you halfway. It's kind of ambitious, but it's not as ambitious as it could have been. So I don't know if that really does much for me. I'll have to see this game to really have a stronger opinion. But it is interesting. This game got leaked like right before E3. Fucking Ubisoft is always so unlucky when it comes to that kind of shit. But yeah, like I said before, I think it's time to give Watch Dogs another try. And I'm not speaking just for myself, but I think as like just gamers in general, I think they can probably be over the disappointment of the first one. Hey, what's happening over here, y'all? What's up, Simon? I am doing a E3 2019 preview in place of Tasty Tuesday because this week is fucked for me in preparation for next week. And yeah, I figured it'd be easier to do a stream, so I'm doing a stream. And we are talking about Watch Dogs Legion, which was leaked, which is a post-Brexit, slightly futuristic, play as anyone Watch Dogs game that got leaked and is going to be shown at E3 allegedly, but I'm like 100% sure it's true. And yeah, it sounds interesting, but not enough information. I'm sure we'll see video. Hopefully they can elaborate further on the NPC thing, because that is really, like, for me, interesting, but doesn't mean anything because I haven't seen it, so I have no fucking idea. Yeah, feel free to comment on that if you have any other thoughts on that. I'm going to move over to this other leak real quick, but I will go back to Watch Dogs if you guys want to talk about that as well. Next thing is not this video. E3 2019 leak suggests Ubisoft will announce new roller derby game. This came out a little bit ago. I remember hearing about it, but I did not read about it, so we're going to read about it. It's become standard procedure for Ubisoft games to leak ahead of their official announcement. That's happened again, as many have been proven to be true. That leads some credibility to this newest leak that Ubisoft will announce a roller derby themed multiplayer game at E3 2019. According to the leak, first reported by Spiel Times, was that German? Via leaked assets and gameplay details, all of which now reappeared on Reset Era. What? It's all gone. Oh, there it is. Oh, fuck, we got video. Spiel Reset Era, blah, blah, blah. Roller Champions is an upcoming multiplayer-focused roller derby game developed by Ubisoft. I guarantee this is to be like the next Rocket League. Visually, the in-game characters look an awful lot like Fortnite. Of course they do. However, the contained arenas surrounded by cheering fans, the assortment of different casual and ranked matches, and the controls are very similar to Rocket League. Yep. Just looking at the leaked footage, Roller Champions courses look like Rocket League's arenas as well, with a sunny beach and indoor professional stadium among the playable tracks. When Polygon reached out to Ubisoft representative, the company responded that it does not comment on rumors and speculation, so nothing has been confirmed. Roller Champions is supposedly coming to Xbox One, PS4, PC, Nintendo Switch, so everything. However, no scheduled release date is included in the leak. If the leak happens to be true, none of this matters. Check in chat real quick. Well, if we can play as anyone, I'm going to play as the fattest old guy I can find in Legion. I think that's a safe bet. I guarantee there will be a fat old guy, probably wearing like shorts and fucking sneakers, and he has a baseball cap on and sunglasses or some stupid shit. Ubisoft is so weird about how they dress their characters in games. I'll kind of pass on that derby game though. No, man, it could be good. You have no idea. It could be amazing. It could be you have no idea. It could be the best game you've ever played. I promise you it's possible that it could be. I'm not sure if I can fully express how uninteresting a roller derby game sounds. You think that, but if you would have been like, this needs to be like that movie Rollerball, I don't know if I agree with that. Rocket League, if you would have been like, hey, there's a soccer game coming out where you play as cars, most people would be like, that goes straight to the fucking bargain bin. That's a goddamn PlayStation Plus game. Plus Ubisoft is making it, so it's gonna have that quality. But I'm really not trying to sit here and fucking just notified you were live. That's good to know. It's so fucking late every time. I'm not trying to defend a roller derby game though, honestly, but just looks fake and isn't What kind of controller is that? It's fucking. I mean, it's kind of like an Xbox controller. Let's see this video real quick. Unless it doesn't work, because I wouldn't be surprised if they took it down. And it's loading forever. Forever. Honestly, this isn't looking too hot visuals-wise. I'd find it hard to believe this was an Ubisoft title without all the Ubisoft branding in that video. Honestly, I'm down if the game... This guy's very honest. Honestly, I'm down if the game looks fun. Curious as to who's developing it. Yeah, this video's fucking dead. Let's see. Oh, that's not the right one. I hate this autoplay shit. I need to find an app for my fucking browser that just turns that shit off. Guess we're not watching it. So yeah, roller derby game, very exciting. Best thing I've ever heard of in my life. On YouTube and Twitch. It might be game of the year. It ain't over till it's over is what they say. This is true. This could be the best game ever. I think there's some benefits to this, though. I mean, like, what do you guys think the likelihood of it being free to play is? Do you think it's going to be like a $10, $15, $20 game, or do you think it's going to be free to play? Because Rocket League, you had to buy, and it's not super expensive, but Ubisoft's such a big company, they could just release this for free, have you buy outfits, loot boxes, as long as that fucking lasts. I'm not saying this is good or bad. I'm just saying model-wise, I feel like this will probably be free to play. And yeah, if it's team-based, like roller derby, but it's like you're knocking people into shit and stuff, I guarantee people play this game. Not really my cup of tea, but I mean, I would try it, but I'll fucking try anything. So, because I'm just a curious boy. I'm a very curious boy. Although, man, nothing's fucking working for me. I'll just zoom the fuck in. It does have a Fortnite vibe to it. Not like 100% the same, but it is like cartoony and exaggerated, so that makes sense to me. Ooh, zoomed out way too much. Okay, so we got Watch Dogs Legion leaked. We got Roller Derby game leaked. Curious Young Boy. Curious. And that is me. All right. Let me know everything you're thinking about in the comments below and the comments right now. Next thing, and I'll go back if you guys have anything to say. Okay. Might be like what they did with Rocket League, where it was a time-limited free game somehow, but no more than $15, $20 game. Yeah, I couldn't see it being more than $20, especially if it's something like that. You can't offer games like that nowadays at like a premium price point. I mean, we get $60 games now that are fucking like half mid anyway. Anthem. Sorry, low blow. So yeah, when you're making like a little game like this, you can't really do that. But I definitely could see it being free to play. But at the same time, how many free to play games does Ubisoft have? Not a whole lot. All right. Moving on, because I got time limits. Baby's got to work today. E3 2019, Square teases new game debut for Outriders. Gasp. So I do believe that Square Enix will be having a stage presence this year, which is fucking awesome to hear because they haven't done that in a long time. So it makes me wonder, what are they going to show? Because they got to have something to show if they're going to be fucking paying for that. We know that Square Enix for the last couple of years is on an upswing, which has been really awesome to watch, especially as a guy who kind of wrote them off for a while. But I mean, I'm really happy with what they've been doing lately, just like Capcom. It's awesome to see a lot of these Japanese developers kind of come back. So yeah, with that, you wonder, what are they going to announce? Hopefully, well, we know we're going to see Final Fantasy VII, but there's other things that we're hoping to see. But what else? God, stop fucking doing that. Will they be showing? Well, apparently they're showing a game, Outriders, which doesn't have much info. But I'll just go through it. So Square Enix has teased some of the games it plans to show at E3 2019 presentation, and now the company has added another. In a brief teaser video, it announced a game called Outriders and promised more details at Square's staged presentation on June 10th, which is fucking dope. God, all those presentations, like for the first 2 or 3 days, and then I'm gonna be making so many episodes, it's gonna be fucking stupid. The teaser is very short and simply showing a mysterious figure asleep in a cryo chamber with red alarms sounding in the background. The figure gasps awake and then stares menacingly at the viewer. It then transitions to a logo along with the debut date. The tweet that accompanies the video reads, "Initialize cryostasis wake-up procedure." Square Enix registered a trademark for Outriders in May 2018, but hasn't made any public announcements about the game until now. Other games slated for Square Enix's presentation include Marvel's Avengers, which is very cool, Dying Light 2, which I completely forgot that Square Enix publishes that. That's weird. And possibly Final Fantasy 7. Possibly, I thought they definitely said they said they were showing more this month, but they didn't say where. But it'd be very weird if they didn't show it at E3. So yeah, we got this Outriders thing. Dude, stop. Holy shit. Okay, Twitter. Let's go to Twitter. Okay, so here's that fucking video. So it looks like we will be definitely seeing more on this. Let's watch that one more time. Now, if I'm being honest about this, obviously that's CG, but it doesn't look like Square Enix CG, if you know what I'm saying. It looks like they're publishing this from someone else. It looks like another developer would be working on this, and they'd be doing the publishing of it, because that CGI was like not impressive. All right, going to chat. You don't have to go to work today. I fired you. Enjoy the vacation. I don't. That sounds half good, half bad. The Marvel's Avenger game is confirmed for Square Enix conference, which is fucking dope. Rumor mill says that Final Fantasy VII demo is going to be at E3, then out for everyone after E3. Not gonna cite it since it's possible BS till E3. Yeah, and I've been hoping this whole time that'll be playable on the floor, because I want to get my hands on that, but I also would love to be able to give my impressions on the channel for that. But yeah, if that's there, fucking I'll be in line. Just like CD Projekt Red's going to have their Cyberpunk section, but you're not going to be able to play it, but they're going to have like a whole thing on the floor. So they'll probably have whatever they're showing during the presentation there, so you can watch it again and maybe ask questions and hopefully buy some fucking merch. I'd be so down for that. That looked kind of low budget. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, watching that, my first thought was that that's not Square Enix. Like, if there's one thing they're fucking known for outside of, crazy hairstyles and fucking dudes in boy bands driving around in cars, it's their fucking CGI and their cinematics and stuff is always top notch and amazing looking, and it definitely has a visual style to it. Even if it's a different game than Final Fantasy, they all, you can still tell. So when I saw that, it looked kind of like, if like, does IDOS still work with them? I don't remember. But yeah, it looks like somebody else. That's somebody else's game, and they're showing it off, which makes complete sense. As for my excitement level on it, there's no info, so it's hard to say. Someone waking up from cryostasis does nothing for me, because how many times have we seen that? So obviously it's got to bring something to it. And yeah. I believe my next article I'm going to go through is going to talk about Marvel stuff. So, Avengers. So we'll get into that in a sec. But yeah, as for what's been confirmed for Square Enix's E3 stage, Avengers, I'm really excited about. Dying Light 2, I'm really fucking excited about. I actually really love Dying Light. And Final Fantasy 7, of course, I'm going crazy just thinking about seeing more of that game. It looks better and better every time I see it. So hopefully they have a big showing on that. Hopefully we see some consistent gameplay. I want to see gameplay in all these games, obviously, but yeah. Okay, moving forward. What was the name of that game? I already forgot it. Outriders. Yeah, Outriders. Hopefully we see something on it. Hopefully it's awesome looking. But yeah, maybe they're gonna cash in on waking up from a vault and going out into a post-apocalyptic world, since another company doesn't do that. Yeah. Ahead of E3 2019 reveal, Marvel's Avengers details leak. So I'm going to warn people watching this after fact or watching right now that if you want nothing spoiled for you, because I haven't read this either, skip ahead or watch something else if you want. Because I'm going to go through these detail leaks. I don't know what's going to say, but we'll go through it. Okay, so very little is known for Square Enix's upcoming Marvel's Avengers game, though we will be learning all about the game during E3 2019. The publisher has confirmed that its press conference will be home to the official unveiling of the game, and it will also be discussed further in an E3 Coliseum panel. I need to figure out, I know they did that Coliseum shit last year and I think the year before, and I don't understand what the fuck it is. Obviously it's just a panel, but is it like a separate building, and is it accessible to everybody? Because I'm kind of curious about checking it out if I can. A day later. Thanks to a mistaken listing on the E3 Coliseum website, the first real details on what to expect from the game have leaked. As is usually the case when this sort of thing happens, those Avengers details now have now been removed from the site, but not before they were spotted online. The description for the Marvel's Avengers showcase once read, according to PC Gamer: embrace your powers and join key members of the development team at Crystal Dynamics and the creative team at Marvel Games as they talk exclusively about the upcoming Marvel's Avengers. This is the defining Avengers gaming experience, an epic action adventure that combines cinematic storytelling with continuous single-player and cooperative gameplay. Dope. Moderated by Andrea Reneen. Assemble in teams up to 4 players, master extraordinary abilities, customize your heroes to fit your playstyle, and combine powers to defend an ever-expanding world under constant threat. Now the showcase's description has been trimmed down to read: join Crystal Dynamics and Marvel, blah, 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 blah. Virtually everything mentioned in the now removed description is news to us. 4-player co-op and the ability to customize your character in particular stand out as clarifying details. There's also the mention of continuous gameplay that could be interpreted as plans for ongoing games as service style support, although that's purely speculation at this point. Not that they're essentially talking about when they will be up and talking about their shit. And yeah, just for reference, here's that fucking
they say the
teaser.
Time of Heroes is over. That if you're different, you're dangerous. But I know the truth. The world will always need heroes.
Wait, isn't it Crystal Dynamics? It said also IDOS. Which answers my question from earlier. I will. I'm going to do that. I'm going to reassemble. All right, opening up to chat. Avengers game. The Avengers game best be different than Ultimate Alliance, not just graphically. Did you watch the new Monster Hunter World Iceborne trailer? By the way, finally caught a stream. What's up, Jeremy? I did. I watched the trailer, which was a couple episodes back, and then I watched, unless you're talking about a brand new one. Is there a brand new one? And then I watched the 30-minute discussion of what's coming with Iceborne, essentially. Let's see. So Psycho said it better be different than Ultimate Alliance. I'm assuming it will be. I mean, at the very least, it's going to be better looking, which I mean is you know, it's fine. Brand new. Okay, I'll have to look that up. But yeah, I agree. I would hope that they would do something to change up the formula, make it feel like a different game, because this isn't. I mean, they're not calling it Ultimate Alliance. There's Marvel's Avengers. So, yeah, I'll have to look that up. I'll do that in a sec. But from what they say though, it sounds really interesting. So like it said, embrace your powers and join key members of the development team. Blah blah blah. Where's it at? An epic action adventure that combines cinematic storytelling with continuous single player and cooperative gameplay. Now the continuous single player and cooperative gameplay thing sounds endless, kind of like they were saying with the games as a service model type deal, or some kind of like end game to the game that could be like endless dungeon or whatever to keep getting loot and stuff until they reintroduce new shit. But it's an interesting wording to say continuous single player and cooperative gameplay. It's also cool to hear it's going to be 4-player co-op. That's awesome to hear, in fact. And you got abilities, customize your heroes to fit your play style. So you're going to be able to do, I don't know if they're talking about gear or if they're talking about what, but abilities, obviously, you got builds, skill trees, hopefully. Combined powers to defend an ever-expanding world under constant threat, which I'm hoping there's some kind of synergy, because some games are kind of bad about that, some games are kind of good about that. Respects Bex. X-Bex. Yeah, wrong Jeremy. Where the fuck's he at? He was in Discord, talking all sorts of shit. I love that this Jeremy's like, huh? He has no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah. So, are you guys stoked for this? Are you not stoked for this? Obviously, Psycho wants something that's not exactly like Ultimate Alliance, which I think I can agree with 100%. But overall, I'm actually really excited for this. It sounds awesome. Sounds like something I would definitely play. It's got your co-op. It's got your fucking skill trees. It's got customization to change your play style, which is vague, but sounds like, gear. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything I need in a fucking game to really enjoy it. I like Marvel enough. I'm not a huge super fan of it, but it'll definitely be, it's refreshing, because this isn't just like another like fucking fantasy game. It's superhero stuff, so that'd be really cool to see. And yeah, it's nice to see Square Enix kind of expanding. Even though they're publishing this, obviously, they do own Crystal Dynamics and Eidos, but it's cool to see them putting out more stuff. Next article is E3 2019. Everything's scheduled this week before the big event. So this is kind of like for me to get it in my head, a schedule, but we're going to go over this too so you guys know when these things are coming up, because there's a bunch of shit. I know the Apple event just happened and everybody's talking about that $1,000 fucking monitor stand. It's the fucking stand. It's $1,000. It's not even a fucking monitor. It's crazy. So that already happened. So yeah, I'll just go through this real quick, know when the things are coming. I also need to know some of the shit for this week, because like I said, me and Chevy are going to do some streams in place of our normal shows, because this weekend I will be gone. Friday night, I'm fucking coming home from work, I'm showering, I'm hopping in the car and going. So, because I have like a 20-hour drive. But, so yeah, no Taste Cast this weekend, which sucks. Anyway, yeah, so Apple WWDC event happened already. They announced that $1,000 stand, which is fucking stupid. I'm glad to see so many people making fun of it too, because Apple for a long time kind of got away with a lot of shit, just pricing shit really fucking high, and the Apple fans will just buy it, and some of them still do, but like a lot of people are making fun of that monitor. Apparently E3 Coliseum is in a different building called the Novo at LA Live in downtown. Yeah, the convention center I'll be at is also in downtown. I don't know LA that well. I've only been there a couple times. It's always fucking passing through. So you're going to E3 after all? I don't know. Thinking about it. Maybe I'll go for a bike ride, and while I'm out there, I'll just decide to do it then, and I'll fucking just hitchhike my way down there. Make a whole adventure of it. Okay, so June 5th, Wednesday, so tomorrow, we got Pokemon Sword and Shield Nintendo Direct, which I'm pretty interested in. It says Nintendo doubtless has loads to show. Doubtless? Has loads to show at E3, but it's giving more details on one of its biggest franchises, its own time slot. Pokemon Sword and Shield, the next main installment in the hit franchise for Nintendo Switch, will have a dedicated presentation on Wednesday morning. It will be about 15 minutes long, but as Nintendo showed in its recent Super Mario Maker 2 presentation, it can pack a lot of details into the amount of time. Check out when and how to watch and whatever. So yeah, that is tomorrow. We will most likely be putting that part of our reaction stream tomorrow night. Or maybe Thursday night. I don't know what night we're going to do it. It's either going to be tomorrow night or Thursday, obviously. Yeah, so the next one is Beyond Good and Evil 2 Space Monkey Report, Wednesday, June 5th, so also tomorrow, which will also be part of our reaction. This is one I'm fucking doubtless. Thy phrase is unbeknownst to me. Yeah, it was... Sometimes people put really weird wording in these articles, and I think it's because these fucking journalists are trying to sound... I don't know, intelligent or interesting or something. Just fucking put the info out. We live in a Twitter age. I just need the info. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about your opinion on it half the time. Like, people I know, obviously, I'm very interested in what they have to say, but games journalists, I don't care. Just give me the info. Ubisoft has outlined some of its plans for E3 2019, but also has stated flatly that Beyond Good and Evil 2 won't be among them, which fucking sucks. I'm so upset about that because that's one of my like sleeper fucking like most hyped games. So excited for that game. Still, the pre-E3 period won't be entirely without Beyond Good and Evil news, as the game is planning the next of its Space Monkey Report streams for the Wednesday prior. These have been semi-regular events, updating fans. They're not fucking semi-regular. They did like one or two of them. Ubisoft's decision to hold back from E3 suggests it won't be chock full of big reveals, but if you've been looking forward to more Beyond Good and Evil, it should provide some interesting tidbits. They got to be showing enough, though, to merit a video. I don't think they're just going to go, yeah, it's still coming, and then it's going to end. Because last time they showed it, they showed, like, a lot. They showed, like, scale and size and what you're going to be able to do. So, yeah, really excited for that. Can't wait to watch that. I will be at work all day trying not to watch that so you can get a genuine fucking reaction from me. Next up, we got semi-annual regular reports. Yeah, so they say. Google Stadia Connect, Thursday, June 6th, something everyone's very excited for, and on the anniversary of D-Day, which is very fitting for them to be getting into the games race. Google will make good on its promise to reveal price and launch details for its Stadia streaming service this week, with the first of its Stadia Connect presentations ready to debut on Thursday. The company has confirmed that the presentation will outline launch plans, including game announcements and price reveal. Check out blah, blah, blah. So what we're getting is an outline launch plans and including game announcements and price reveal. This is This is going to be make or break because surprisingly, when this got announced, Almixai was excited, but everybody else was actually kind of shitting on this, which I thought was really kind of crazy because, like, I got my own reservations about Google. I know you're listening, Google. I promise I'm lying, and I love you so much. But I got my problems with them, and I got problems with them getting into this whole console race thing. But yeah, a lot of people are not down with them either. So that was kind of refreshing to see. I figured people would be like, fuck, I don't have to have a console. I don't have to have a PC. I can just pay for Netflix and play games and not have to think about it. That's great. But a lot of people didn't like it. But if you're going to sway people, this is where you're going to do it. Game announcements. We need to see exclusives. We need to know what kind of games we're going to be getting at launch. That's really important. If you got like 10 AAA games, it's not going to be exciting. And then price reveal. Price reveal is really interesting because myself included, a lot of people have speculated it's going to be free. I still think it's going to be free. We don't need any megacorps in gaming, boo. Although they're just full of megacorps, but megacorps, yeah, 100%. People who are fucking 23 and me fucking getting your DNA to sell back to you in fucking 20 years, perhaps. Where'd my fucking chat go? Anyway, hold on 1 second, guys. My chat's doing some fucky shit. But yeah, I still think that the pricing will be free. I think you'll probably or you'll be doing like a Netflix thing where you'll pay monthly, or buy your games digitally, have access to them anywhere, and Stadia will just be the platform that will be on everything. Because the idea of buying Stadia doesn't make sense when you can play it on literally everything. Anything that can run Stadia will be able to play Stadia with any controller. So I think that they might maybe sell like a dongle or something that can connect to that controller. Although they said the controller will just connect to your Wi-Fi. So I'm not sure how that's going to fucking work. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they actually finally confirm to be the case. I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with the chat. I think it's fine now. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Destiny 2 next chapter Thursday, June 6th. Just after the Google Stadia announcement, Bungie will be explaining its plans for Destiny 2. The current season of content is coming to a close, and with Bungie now split with publisher Activision, which is, the interesting factor here, fans have wondered what will happen now. The next chapter announcement will explain these next steps, and given that it's targeting the announcement right next to E3, it probably isn't just going into maintenance mode. Most likely, like any streaming services with different tiers of subscriptions. That's what I'm thinking. Or, yeah, like I said, purchase the games. But it does seem that it gives them more control if they're just allowing you access to their service. Because then you don't have to own anything. You just pay them, and then they let you connect to the server, and you just play whatever the fuck you want from their server. So I'm still really skeptical on that, though, and I'm still really skeptical on the viability of it, just because so many people have shit internet, and everyone with decent to good internet will argue otherwise a lot of times, but it's just true. I hear people all the time from like all over the place talking about how like they have shit internet. I've been bitched at on my streams because my fucking quality was too high because they had shit internet. Yeah, so new content from Destiny is going to be talked about, which I'm actually kind of interested in because I did like Destiny 2 after playing it when it came out on PlayStation Plus, and I'm really curious to see where they go after Activision, the Activision departure, because now they're their own bosses. So, I mean, they were making their own shit before. That was part of their contract, but Activision, of course, would have a say in that. Now, there's no daddy. It's just fucking do what you want. So, will this benefit them or will it hurt them? I don't know. But I feel like they'll have more creative freedom, which is exciting. Next one is EA Play, Saturday, June 8th. Every time I mention I'm going to E3 and somebody's like, oh, Sony won't be there. Oh, EA won't be there. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about EA. I know I'm saying that right before I get into this, although there is one game here I'm really curious about. But, and Sony, like last year, they showed off The Last of Us 2, which was fucking amazing, but at the same time, they showed 4 games. That was it. Their presentation was really lackluster, so I'm not really too upset about it. Okay, so Electronic Arts is once again foregoing E3 proper, instead holding a fan-focused event at a nearby location. Oh, they're physically like going to be there? It's not at E3? This year, though, it's not having a formal press conference at EA Play. It will hold a series of live... Oh, I think they're saying that they did do that. Okay, I got it. It will hold a series of live streams covering several of its upcoming games, beginning with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is pretty much the only game I give a fuck about. Others on tap include Apex Legends, which I'll be curious to see what they do with Season 2. Hopefully they can make that more exciting, because I would love to get back into that. Battlefield 5, which I will not play. FIFA 20, which I will not play. Madden NFL 20, which I will not play. And The Sims 4, which I don't care about. Yeah, so that is happening Saturday. So Saturday is going to be a real relaxing day. I'm not going to have to worry too much. Except for Star Wars, I'll try and do a reaction in the car. I don't know if I'll fucking be able to do that. We'll see. Let's see. Nintendo Invitational Tournaments, Saturday, June 8th. Between its Pokemon-focused Nintendo Direct on Wednesday and its E3 Nintendo Direct the following Tuesday morning, Nintendo has one more event during the week. It will be hosting a series of tournaments throughout the day on Saturday. The Super Mario Maker 2 tournament promises a lengthy look at the game to be released later in June, while the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Tournament could drop some hints regarding upcoming DLC characters. A Splatoon 2 tournament is also planned to ink up the place. Let me know in the comments, have you played Splatoon or Splatoon 2? Is it worth playing? Because I'm so curious about it, but I also don't want to buy it and hate it, because then I'll be like, that was a waste of fucking money. So yeah, and that seems to be all the stuff they have on this page. I thought there was more shit, but I guess not. All right, so let's see. They did show off Resident Evil 2, Control, Neo 2 as well, though. Who did? Is Nintendo planning to show off Three Houses? I hope so. I'm so fucking excited for that game. Well, it's an EA live stream, so you could just watch it at a later time. I could do that, yeah. I don't have to do it day of, I guess. I could just do it once I get to where I'm going. I'm curious because of the delay. They showed off. Oh, Sony last year. Okay, gotcha. What's up, Monster Brawl 420? They did show off Resident Evil 2, Control, Neo 2 as well, which are all great games. I forgot they showed those. When did they show them? Because, or were they little like tidbits, little quick things? Because I know that they showed off Spider-Man, Last of Us 2, and like 2 other things, and I don't remember them for some reason, but it was like really fucking brief. And I like Sony, obviously. I primarily, when it comes to consoles, play my PS4 more than any of them. But I thought their presentation, not what they showed, but the presentation was pretty lackluster. Although they spent a shitload of money having their own, like, fucking romantic getaway. Yeah, focused on 4 games, and they peppered other things in, yeah. It's all kind of a blur. But I was, oddly enough, more impressed by Xbox's presentation and Ubisoft's than anyone's. So I'm a little more excited this year than usual. What are you looking forward to? Yeah, so that's what's showing. And then when the fuck are when's Xbox and shit going up? What day's that? Okay, fucking, that was easy to find. Oh, but of course, an auto fucking play video, thanks. Okay, so Sunday, we got Microsoft. Microsoft has scheduled its traditional Xbox-focused conference for June 9th at 1 p.m. The company plans to go big. According to Xbox boss Phil Spencer, Microsoft is expected to announce its new console. How fucking huge will that be, though? Regardless of what you think about Xbox right now, Xbox One, whatever, how fucking crazy will it be if they're at E3, they got their big fucking presentation, and they show off the new console? Because Sony's kind of like leaked info about their console for some reason, but there's been no build up to it, and I obviously can't wait to see the next fucking PlayStation. But if they're doing like a stream too, I don't know. The spectacle adds so much to it. I'm such a dork about that. I love spectacle when it comes to announcements, but I've been, growing up my whole life watching shit like E3, so I love that big spectacle to things. So if they show anything on the new console, they're gonna win E3, man. Share more details on Halo Infinity, which, man, fucking Halo, make a comeback, dude. Make a comeback, because Halo was like one of the best first-person shooters of all time. And now it's like, it's fine, but it doesn't deserve to be fine. Let's see. Nintendo, Xbox, and Square mainly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm in the same boat. Those three I'm really excited for. And then, of course, Cyberpunk. Fucking, that's my most hyped game. Wasn't Control that weird psychic shooter game? Yeah, it's made by the same guys who made Max Payne and Alan Wake, Remedy, who I'm actually a really big fan of. I've loved every game they've made. Although Quantum Break, I liked. I liked it. It wasn't as good as the other games they've made, but it got panned mostly by a lot of people, which kind of sucked because I thought it was really fucking good. Although you kind of felt like you were in God mode constantly because of the time manipulation shit. Ghost of Tsushima, dude, I am so excited for Ghost of Tsushima, and we're not going to see it at E3 at least. Whatever the fuck Sony does with their streaming shit is unknown, but hopefully they show more of that because that's one of those like Sony exclusives that like is a must own. Won't be that crazy because of the fact Sony leaked info on their console. They still kind of believe in the console wars, even though they don't outright say it. Oh, they both definitely do. They both want to fuel console war because it benefits both of them. Because then the people who love Xbox are going to really support Xbox and buy Xbox, and people like Sony are going to really buy that, and the people in between are go, I'm going to buy both of them, and just kind of fuels that like that consumer fucking consumerism. But yeah, the console war is just orchestrated because a lot of people are going to buy one console at first. They have the money to buy one console. Which one's it going to be? Those companies want you to buy their console, so they have to win you over. It's very important. But I do think it'd be very crazy if they show off the Xbox, just because the E3 where we saw the PS4 and the Xbox One, we knew it was coming. It was this build up. That year we found out that they were going to be showing those things off. There's all these rumors and shit. And then that E3 we got 2 fucking console reveals, and it was huge. Like, that was fucking crazy for me. I was like, oh my god, fucking Xbox killed it. Sony killed it. It was crazy that Xbox went first, and they announced some shit that wasn't so popular. They were going to do the always online thing and a couple other things. And then Sony kind of was dabbling with that. There's rumors that they were going to do the same shit, but once Xbox did that shit, they're like, we're not doing that. And that kind of gave them the edge. That was huge. So this year, just Xbox showing up by themselves, they got the floor to themselves. They can go, boom, this is the fucking new Xbox. Nobody else is there to do that. The stream can come out for Sony and people will watch or whatever, but E3, all eyes will be on E3. Yeah. I'm interested in Xbox because I'm a giant Rare Studios fan. Dude, I want Rare to fucking return to form, man. I love their legacy of what they've made. Yeah, Cyberpunk is fucking nuts, but they won't be showing much, only to attendance, if I recall right. We're gonna see something. We're just not gonna be able to play it. I mean, they're gonna be on stage. They said this is gonna be their biggest showing of Cyberpunk. We already got a fucking huge, was like 45 minute video. So if they're saying this is gonna be their biggest showing, I don't know what that means. They said that it will not be playable on the floor, but they're gonna be doing private stuff. So I think that's probably what you're referring to. And then they're also going to have a whole fucking display on the floor. There's I looked at a map of E3, and there's a whole section that's going to be Cyberpunk related. So they're obviously going to be showing something. Otherwise, they wouldn't spend the money to be making a fucking like a whole display section where people are going to be hanging out and most likely watching whatever the fuck they showed at the presentation. Or maybe somebody will be playing it, but you won't be able to play it. I don't know. But we're gonna see something really fucking cool. If we don't, I'd be so surprised if we don't. Yeah, Cyberpunk is fucking nuts. Oh, we already went over that. If PS5 has full-on PS4 compatibility, then they've won my heart already. It's rumored that it will be able to play PS4 games, and it will be able to play with them. Like, if you're playing a game and it's on PS4 and PS5, you'll be able to play it together. That's been the rumor. So, I don't remember if that was confirmed or not, but I'm pretty sure, because it's supposed to be backwards compatible with PS4. Because it's like the same architecture. It's the same UI, just upgraded, and same architecture they use. Because the Xbox One and the PS4 was one of the first times that both companies pretty much made PCs. They made simplified PCs. Before that, there's a lot of hardware that they invented, especially with the PS3. That's why it had so much problems. Although Sony has said that they've been making their own technology for the PS5, which excites me, but at the same time freaks me out. Because last time it did that, it was a gamble. But yeah, no, that backwards compatibility. Some people are like, I'm like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Because then the transition's like seamless. I can just get my PS5 and continue all my PS4 games. I don't want to get rid of them. I got a shitload of PS4 games. And that means also that all the games you have digitally will most likely play on your PS5 then. It's just moving over to a stronger system with new features. Dude, I'm readily glue my eyes open for 2 straight hours if Project Red did that. Agreed. I mean, I'm gonna be fucking freaking out at anything I can see. I want to play fucking loads of PS4 games, and I think you're gonna be able to. They've kind of said that you will. So I think that'll be the case. Moving on, because I am on a time limit. Traditional press conference is held. Oh, Bethesda at 5:30 p.m. also on Sunday. The company is not expected to talk about Elder Scrolls 6 or Starfield, but id is gonna make it work for them like last year, because id will be most likely showing Doom Eternal, some maybe more Rage 2 stuff. It says. They also have the Wolfenstein game coming out, so it makes sense for them to show that. So yeah, id's going to save Bethesda again. Big surprise, especially with Todd Howard recently coming out saying that they knew Fallout 76 was going to be shit before releasing it. Devolver Digital will also be doing a press conference at 7 p.m. after all the festivities on Sunday as well. I have no idea what they'll be showing off because they always got a bunch of random shit. And then Monday, it looks like we got PC Gaming Show, the PC focused briefing takes place at 10 a.m. This year, the PC Gamer Run show has partnered with Epic Games Store. Of course they did, and should bring more news and announcements regarding computer games. Among those confirmed for the show are Evil Genius 2. I don't even know what the Evil Genius 1 is. And major unannounced title from Rebellion, which is the guys who I believe make Sniper Elite. Or there's 2 sniper games, and I don't remember. What's the one where you actually see the X-ray? That's the good one. The other one's kind of meh. It's so meh that Josh left it. No, okay, yes. Sniper Elite's not the good one. Although it's fine. No, wait. It is the good one. The other one's Ghost Warrior. Never mind. Sniper Elite's good. So it's probably another one of those. I wouldn't be surprised. Limited Run Games. The company responsible for releasing physical versions of digital-only Switch, PS4, and PS Vita titles is holding a conference. Okay, that's interesting. Somebody said something. Let's see. Bethesda better get more hype music artists than Andrew WK. You know, when I like first fucking moved out years ago, and I was like living like on my own with a bunch of friends, with a bunch of fucking roommates and shit. I remember like then, like in the like fucking years ago, Andrew WK was like the party guy, and he was like a joke kind of, but people were like listening to him because like fucking his music was like that. That was a long time ago. So when they brought him out, I was like, dude, it's been a while. Why the fuck are we talking about this guy? And it didn't even add anything, really. I mean, I guess it was adding to the zaniness of Rage 2. I'm not sure, but fucking, it was lost on me. It didn't do much for me. There's rumors of new Destroy All Humans. That'd be fucking dope. I heard something about that. I didn't know it was a rumor, but I heard something. People were talking about they wanted a new one. And I was like, why are people talking about this game again? Because it's been PS2. That shit came out on PS2. No way that game is fun as fuck. Which game? Uh-oh. I think I'm, that delay. I don't know what game we're talking about here. Let me know. Okay, so Ubisoft, the Assassin's Creed company, will hold... Why do they always got to bring up Assassin's Creed? Everybody knows who the fuck Ubisoft is. Anyway, little is known about what Ubisoft will talk about. Splinter Cell, please. But one rumor is Watch Dogs 3, which we already know. There's also recently been talk of new Splinter Cell, which I fucking hope is true. We're sure to hear more about Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which I played, but I can't talk about. And, yeah, they'll have some cool shit to show. I'm really excited about that. Kind of Funny. I don't give a fuck about Kind of Funny. Media company Kind of Funny Games will be hosting an event of its own, not unlike what it did this past December. They're gonna fucking sit around and try and be funny. Square Enix, for the second year in a row, the RPG giant is holding its own live E3 presentation. Kind of went over that already. Another exciting lineup of titles. That's what they're going to be showing. So, yeah, pretty exciting stuff. Then, Nintendo, on Tuesday, all in their lonesome, will be doing a presentation when the show opens, because June 11th is the first day of E3 for the public, obviously. As the company typically does, Nintendo is airing a pre-recorded Nintendo Direct presentation on the Tuesday morning of E3 week. The broadcast begins on June 11th. Must be noon, because my lights just changed. Yeah. And then what's all this shit? Oh, yeah, just pretty much the full schedule. Yeah, so, a lot of shit, a lot of fucking stuff. Monday and Sunday are sounding pretty good to me. Yeah. Let's see, where did all my shit go? Okay, so let me know in the comments which of those presentations you're most excited about, and what are you hoping to see at the show. Trying to get my fucking color scheme back here. Thank you. Okay, last thing I'm gonna watch. I was gonna try and fit in that Iceborne thing, but we'll probably throw that into my reaction video that we do tomorrow, probably. What day is it? Tuesday. So yeah, Wednesday night we'll do a reaction video stream, and we'll throw the Iceborne trailer on there because I'm running out of time. But the last video I want to watch is Tech Radar 17 E3 2019 games to be excited about. We're going to go through this real fast, talk about what they show off. I'm sure we all know what games are potentially going to be shown, but I thought it'd be fun to do this live. Yeah, so as always, if there's any audio issues, let me know sooner than later. So, if it's too quiet, if I'm too quiet, if it's fucking blaring over me, let me know fucking ASAP. Alright. Checking chat real quick. Still at that game is fun fuck. I'm not sure what game you're talking about still, but I would love to know. I would love to know. Alright, let's fucking start this video.
Oh, brother dear, let my bed be made.
And this came out like 3 or 4 days ago, so it's fairly new.
The woody nightshade.
Oh, Destroy All Humans, yeah. Yeah, I'm stoked for that.
You know you didn't
That's
have
a
to
game
choose
that seems
either
so
one,
like
right?
bygone though, like bygone era shit.
fine.
Like I don't know if you could.
Yes.
You'd have to
Keep
really
doing you.
E3
update that
2019 is
game
going to be
to
a
make
bit of
it
a strange one,
appeal
with
to
Sony
modern
missing
audiences.
from the lineup for the first time ever, and EA choosing once again to host their showcase elsewhere in LA. However, we're still expecting loads of game reveals, updates, and more. So we're not going to highlight the yearly franchises like FIFA and Call of Duty because they're a given, but we will show you 17 other games that will be worth looking at.
That's not gonna be there.
Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk
Aw, yeah.
basically dominated last year's E3 2018
It's
lineup.
gonna dominate
so
this year,
strongly
except for
expected
if
to do
an
the same
Xbox gets
again this
announced.
year. Developer CD Projekt Red has already confirmed that the game will be at this year's show, also adding that this year's E3 will be the most important in the studio's history. Last year's demo,
Oh,
we're
hype.
looking at right now,
Hype.
was more of a show reel of what the studio has planned, so it may well mean that this year we're going hands-on for the first time ever.
Made behind closed doors. You know, when I played Witcher 3, I was like, they're leaving Bethesda behind, man. And now I'm just like,
Gears of War 5.
Bethesda's still
Since
doing the
last
same
June,
shit,
we've
and
not
now they're
seen
making
or
that.
heard anything about Gears 5, despite the fact it's allegedly out this year. What we
I'm
do know,
not
though,
a fan
is
of
that
Gears,
Kate's taking
but
the
I'm
lead
curious
time
about this.
around, moving the series away from its tried and tested big muscly men with even more muscly guns for the first time ever. She, alongside with familiar faces, is off to discover the origins of the Locust in what looks like to be the exciting new Gears of War series entry.
I need to know the truth.
Or are we the prey?
She'd never be our enemy by choice. I know that. But what if
My
it's not
only
her
problem
choice?
with Gears, outside of like that everybody's fucking gigantic,
That's a Locust
is I
symbol.
hate the whole shooting them forever thing just to incentivize using your chainsaw 'cause it's faster.
Mom! Coming close.
Halo Infinite. 343 is effectively treating this as a spiritual reboot of the long-running franchise. While we will get a better sense of how that will look
It's
at
a
this year's
reboot?
E3,
I didn't know that.
We already know what to expect, as a campaign will be doubling down on Master Chief's story inside of a world that is a little bit more realistic and compelling, with a heavy focus on exploration. On the multiplayer side of things, 343 has already confirmed a 4-player split screen and has pushed back against the idea of a Halo Battle Royale. Let's just hope
Good.
it's like the good old days of Halo 3.
Halo 3, are you fucking high? What are you talking about? Why wouldn't you say Halo 2? I'm waiting for Fortnite. Yes, I'm very excited for Fortnite. What's happening in Fortnite? I don't know what's happening in Fortnite. It's been a grip since I've heard anything about it. Spiritual reboot. Yeah, but spiritual reboot is still a reboot. Spiritual, typically, when you say like spiritual successor, typically means like there's a loose connecting thread between this and that, but it's not actually connected. So is it retelling the Halo story?
Star Wars Jedi: The Fallen Order. That's right, Respawn, the guys behind Apex Legends, is dipping its toes into the ever-expanding Star Wars universe with this third-person action
hope
adventure
this
game
is good,
set
man.
shortly
Star Wars
after
needs
Star Wars
something.
Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith.
Just give Star Wars
Fallen Order is
something
going
good.
to focus on the Empire's efforts to finish the execution of Order 66. We expect Fallen Order to be playable at the EA Play event, so you better prepare for gameplay impressions.
Oh, I'm prepared. Where's the EA Play event at? I'm about to go fucking run over there.
Trust no
Just to
one.
play this, and then I'm out of there. And they're like, hey, we got Battlefield 5 over here. I'm like, nah, I'm good, thanks.
Trust.
Sounds like a very early prequel or an alternate telling of the Halo story. Yeah, and I mean, we already kind of got a prequel anyway with fucking Reach, but I'd be down with a prequel
Originally
of
announced
Master
as a
Chief.
PC exclusive Kickstarter title, Microsoft announced it was bringing
This-
Indie Skater successor Session to the Xbox platform. With
This
no
should be
signs of
Skate.
Skate 4, Session looks primed to be the heralded return of the skateboarding game that you've been waiting for. And our interview with developer Creature Studios last year suggests a pure sports action experience that's not to be missed.
If it plays like Skate, I'm gonna be pissed. Unless it's marketing and they think that Skate as a brand isn't selling, it would make sense to rebrand it, but at the same time. Also, skateboarding games, like, unless it is Skate, I don't know how the fuck you can do them in 2019.
Ori
Yeah, no, I
and
know
Will
it's
of the
not
Wisps.
Skate 4, I'm just saying,
Despite
fucking,
the fact Ori
when
and
it
the Will of
was
the Wisps
shown
came
originally,
out
everybody's like,
some
oh, fuck,
2
Skate
years
4,
back,
and then
we still
it
don't
wasn't.
have a release date for the next Moon Studios title. This time around, things are looking a lot jollier for Ori & Co, but you can be sure there are still perils, spikes,
Oh, I
and traps
played
galore.
a little bit of the
Lucky them,
first
we'll
one,
have
and it
some
was
wings to help you get
fucking
through.
sad. This is a beautiful game, though. I need to beat that so I can be excited about this. It's definitely a rebranding of the game. Yeah. This game really needs to be goof. Good. Yeah. Agreed.
Doom Eternal.
Oh,
Following on from
yeah.
the success of the 2016 Doom reboot, Bethesda's ID Software is back with a sequel. There
It's
are
id,
even more
dog.
weapons, including
Like
a
the id.
shoulder-mounted cannon with a flamethrower, extendable blade, and
This
a
guy's
new
a
dash
fucking.
ability to
This
boot.
guy's a noob.
You're about to be faster and deadlier than ever before, and it's going to be a mad one. A gory and mad one at that.
Oh, I'm so stoked. Id's been killing it. Was this fucking Dean playing?
Skull and Bones.
This is a weird
Bones
one,
will be
man, because
becoming
fucking when
a
they first
pirate
showed it, I
and
was like,
sailing in
I'm
the
not
ocean
interested. And then
during
they
the
showed like
golden
a
age of piracy.
gameplay trailer
It's all
later,
about
and it looked
building
actually
the
really
biggest
good.
and most powerful fleet, acing that naval combat to protect all your loot, and exploring the ocean. That's
Damn,
filled with
that guy felt the
unpredictable weather,
fucking, that guy got
warring
a
factions,
whiff of
and
that
potentially
fucking
even more
cannonball.
dangerous discoveries. So basically, a bit like a more realistic looking Sea of Thieves.
Skull and Bones!
poured down on us.
It looks cool, man. Like the first one I saw, man, I was not stoked about it.
Enemies became friends. Friends became enemies.
Now it's
The
looking
best
cooler.
Didn't trust anybody. The philosophy of the day was more and more. We were alone at the top of the food chain.
Yo, give me on that high seas, baby.
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
I'm not gonna be there.
Although it's looking very likely we won't be playing Beyond Good and Evil 2 for a while yet, we'll probably get to see more of Ubisoft's space-based RPG sequel at E3 this year.
Oh, I'm so
but while there's a lot
stoked.
of reasons to be excited, like black holes, missing people, and co-op play, we'd imagine this is going
Yeah,
to
the
be
game's
a
gonna have
next-gen
co-op,
title,
dude.
so don't get too excited for a release date announcement.
Bruh, don't let her fucking step to you like that. Where's any Nintendo games?
Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Here you go.
Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield are set in the brand new region of Galar, which is based in the
This is the first time
UK.
I've been stoked
You
for
can bet
Pokemon in
it's
a long
bringing
time.
all of the Gen 8 Pokemon with it, and it looks like it's ramping up the graphical quality across
Oh,
the
yeah.
board. This, along
Which is
with Animal
dope.
Crossing, will 100% be the star of the Nintendo E3 conference, so definitely roll on June.
Song's a banger. Damn, I'm fucking kind of dizzy from that. My brain was fucking shaking around in my skull.
Animal Crossing on Switch. It's official, Animal Crossing on Switch is coming sometime this year.
I'm not
That's
a Animal
basically
Crossing
all we
fan,
know
but
so
I am
far.
fucking
Tom Nook himself
stoked to see what
prepared
they
this
will do
special
with it
announcement
on
in
a
September
Switch.
last year, simply saying that he had lots of work to do getting everything ready for everyone's return. Here's hoping we get
Beyond Good and
the
Evil
release
2,
date,
they
gameplay
said
details,
like
and
4-player
more
co-op
at
or some
this
shit.
show.
Maybe 5, I don't know. But they said a big number the first time I heard about it, and blew my mind because that game's scale and scope is
Expect
so
things to
fucking
get
big
really weird
that it'll be really
fast.
neat to be able to play with people
Control
on that.
sees you take in charge of
It's not gonna be
Jessie
at E3,
Fagan
there's a
as she
direct
moves
for it
deeper and
tomorrow.
deeper through the
Yep.
oldest house, a secretive government agency
No rotatable
that also
camera
happens
really
to be
irks
home
me about
to all of the
Pokemon Sword and
world's
Shield for some
strangest and
reason.
most dangerous
Yeah, it would be
supernatural
nice to have it like
objects.
fully
This
3D rendered, but I think they're
mind-warping
trying to keep it
third-person
traditional.
adventure is set to release in August.
I'm stoked for this
So
game.
we're expecting a showcase of high-octane action.
And the physics
in
are
an effort
really
to
good. I'm a
further
dork
raise
about that kind of shit though.
anticipation.
Remedy!
Dying Light 2.
Oh yeah, I can't
Techland's
wait.
Dead Island successor slowly but surely garnered a huge player base and cult following.
Yeah, it's
after
weird,
its
dude. When I was
2020
playing it, nobody was
release.
playing it, and then like
So the
a year or
announcement
two
of a
later,
sequel
fucking
at
people were
E3
talking
last
about it,
year
and I was
a
like,
welcome
that was a real
surprise.
slow
If you're
burn.
as excited about Dying Light 2 as the rest of us, then you should watch this year's Microsoft press briefing.
The first one's
where it
fucking
premiered
great,
in
and they supported it for a
2018
long
with
time.
eager eyes.
Bitch.
Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi's Mansion 3 was first unveiled last
I never even
September,
played the
and
first
E3
two.
2019 Nintendo Direct
So I don't
will be the
know-
perfect opportunity to give us
I
an
don't know
update on the
how to
new
feel about this.
location,
I hear they're
the
good.
new ghost hunting tools at Luigi's disposal, and some clues as to just how the Joy-Cons
I mean,
will be
Nintendo always
utilized
makes fun
to make
shit,
us feel
so-
like very real and very badass Ghostbusters.
Dying Light. Woo! Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
Borderlands 3. We already know a ton
Oh,
about Borderlands
yeah.
3. It's coming out on September 13th.
As long as we don't
and
talk
it
about
follows the
Randy, we're
continuing
good.
Adventures of the latest wave of Vault Hunters. Split Screen is returning, and there's two evil twins on the hunt for the galaxy's ultimate power.
Quick reminder that Plus Club,
And there's also co-op
for this
scaling
month,
allowing
we will
players
be
to
playing
link and shoot
Handsome
together
Jack Collection
regardless of
and
their level. A brand new glimpse of it
Sonic
couldn't
Mania.
come
So
any
make sure
sooner.
to play Handsome Jack Collection. You can download that free on PlayStation Plus if you have PlayStation Plus. So I guess it's not technically free, but it's pretty close. And we will be talking about that at the end of the month, which is great because I've been wanting to play the Borderlands games again, even though I'm burnt out on them.
The
in
Outer
preparation
Worlds.
for
The Outer
Borderlands 3.
Worlds is a first-person shooter with the role-playing
This looks
depth of a
like
classic
what Bethesda
title,
should be
the
making,
narrative
and they're not.
fluidity of a Telltale game, and the ragtag humor of the
Luigi's
Borderlands
Mansion was
series.
good. People were just
Given that
bitter about
Microsoft
it during
now
the
own
GC
Obsidian, we'll
launch
most
in
likely
lieu
be
of no
seeing the
traditional
Outer
Mario
Worlds
title.
making an appearance
Yeah, I
at
remember
its
that.
E3
It was
press
kind of like
briefing this year. And we
the
are
Zelda game that
very
came out at the
excited.
time, Wind Waker. People didn't like that because it wasn't like traditional in the way that they were expecting it to look. But then people who did play it loved it. I played it. I liked it.
Taking on the corporations
So
left to
there's a lot of stuff during that time. They kind of tried other ideas that people were,
but you have to
you know,
choose.
traditionalists, and they're like, I don't want this
You
shit.
have to choose
And they got really
now.
fucking pissed.
Watch Dogs 3.
Obsidian's
That's
low-key
right, if the
top-class
leaks are
developer
to be
Pillars of
believed,
Eternity
which
1 and
they
2 are amazing.
definitely are,
I haven't
Watch
played
Dogs
those. I
3
really
is
want to
going
play
be
them.
set in an open
Macho
world
Man
London.
Randy
It's
Pitchford.
going to introduce a brand new protagonist, and it will reportedly look
Magic
to put a
Man
stronger
Randy
emphasis
Pitchford.
on hacking than previous titles in the series. There is no Assassin's Creed plan for 2019, so expect Watch Dogs 3 to be given the full reveal treatment.
They're
at
still-
Ubisoft's E3 press
Still
conference.
fucking adding shit for Assassin's Creed, so... I'm curious. I'm curious what they'll do with it.
So those are the games on our watch
I've
list. but
completed
don't
both
forget
Watch
that it's
Dogs.
looking
I played the
incredibly
first one.
likely
It was
that we'll
okay.
also see Xbox Project
The second one I
Scarlet
never
in
played.
2019 too. Exciting times are ahead.
Yeah, I feel like this this E3 is going to be pretty decent. Pretty decent, especially if we get a console reveal and some Cyberpunk and all shit in between. That is very fucking exciting. All right, so that is my E3 2019 preview. Like I said, we will be doing reaction videos as they come out this week. I need to get Chevy practiced up on hosting streams while I'm gone because he normally doesn't do it. So we will be doing that this week, and I'll try to get Monster Hunter Iceborne trailer in that mix. But I need to prioritize the E3 stuff 100%. But I'm sure we'll do it. There's no reason we couldn't. But yeah, what'd you guys think? What are you guys most excited about? And anyone watching this after the fact, let me know in the comments what you thought about everything that's been talked about and revealed and leaked. Moving into E3 next week is going to be fucking hectic as hell. It's going to be fun, though. It's one of my favorite times of the year because E3, there's always something new and awesome revealed. There's been a couple E3s that have really sucked though, but it's not the standard. But yeah, I'll hang out for a little bit and then I gotta hop out of here because I gotta go to fucking dumbass work. Yeah, so Obsidian's low-key top-class developer, Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, which I need to play those. Obsidian, I always say, is a really interesting company because they have a dedicated fan base. They're loved, but I've also heard people talk shit about them. So they're whatever game they release. Some people are like, I fucking hate it, and then other people are like, I love it. And so Obsidian has a dedicated fan base. So it's always really interesting to see what they put out. But at the very least, I mean, they got a long legacy of making deep RPGs and them essentially taking fucking a chunk of that pie that Bethesda owned for so long, really smart, and doing their own thing with it. That game, Outer Worlds, is looking really cool. So I'm into. They have a really interesting philosophy too because they one of the guns in the game is based off of a glitch that they found in the game, and so obviously they have a sense of humor with what they're doing when it comes to development. I've completed both Watch Dogs. Never, like I said, never played 2. Heard it was good. I just didn't take the risk because I bought the first Watch Dogs, and I was one of the people who's disappointed. I think it was a bad game. It just wasn't as what I wanted. I got kind of bored playing it halfway through. It's going to be a rough one with just Chevy on the controls. Yeah. Although it's fucking ridiculous. Chris is probably going to be in town when I'm gone. So there's a chance that it will be Chevy and Chris doing the streams. I just need to make sure he knows all the controls, knows, how I want the streams to be done. He can do it with his own flair or whatever, but there's a certain system that needs to be done with the streams. And yeah, but he's going to do fine. He pretty much knows what he's doing. There's just a couple things with OBS I need him to understand because I don't want him to try and do a stream and it doesn't work correctly because OBS can be finicky. Brian says, and they made the best Fallout game. New Vegas and Bethesda is still butthurt about it. See, that's one of those divisive things. I actually liked New Vegas, but I remember when that game came out, people fucking hated it and people fucking loved it. And in retrospect, it seems like the love for that game has grown. But I think a lot of that had to do with allegiances to Bethesda versus Obsidian. So, in retrospect, with that time in between now and then, I think people have looked back and seen that it is a good game. I didn't think it was bad. I liked it. It was fucking buggy, but what Bethesda game isn't buggy? And that wasn't even their fault. That's fucking the Gamebryo engine that fucking Bethesda's been using since 1997. So what the hell were they supposed to do? What, Chris is in town and you're not? Pff, lame stream without the whole crew. Yeah, I would have really liked to obviously been here when he's here. It would have been fun to film with him and shit. But it's just weird that he's going to be here when I'm going to be going to California. He's going to be coming to Washington. We're switching places, except for he lives in San Diego, so he lives fucking south in the tourist town. It's because New Vegas leaned in heavily on writing factions, choices having consequences on the world. Yeah, they did. My only complaint about New Vegas, and I know you can get mods to fix it, was when you go to New Vegas, the loading was really annoying. But again, that's not their fault. That's the engine. So that's Bethesda having a shit engine that they had them build that game on. So that's why I'm saying with Outer Worlds, they're not using that fucking engine. They finally get to make a game in that vein that will be deep, and not be held back by the limitations of a fucking engine that was made in 1997, which is fucking stupid. Every time I say it, I'm just like, what? What the fuck does that mean? Why would that be a thing? But it is. It still is. Hopefully Starfield and fucking Elder Scrolls 6 can deviate from that a bit, because that's a huge embarrassment. I still remember to this fucking day, and I think they kept up with it. After Oblivion, moving into Skyrim, I was reading an interview with Todd Howard talking about why they haven't implemented actual ladders in their games. You always have to look up at a door, hit the enter button or X button or whatever the fuck, and teleport. You're essentially just hitting a door, but that's you going up another flight or another level of a building without walking upstairs. There might be a ladder there. A lot of times there wasn't. There'd just be a door in the ceiling. And it's because they said they couldn't figure out how to make ladders in games. And I was like, what? That seems pretty rudimentary. It seems very standard to be able to implement a ladder into a game. Now, I don't know if he's being funny or not, but they didn't have ladders in their fucking games that worked. You had to, get your agility up and be able to jump onto a fucking roof. Or teleport when you look at the door and hit the button and you just go to the next floor. So there's so many fucking problems with Bethesda and their lack of ambition. I don't know. It's ridiculous. But yeah, really excited for Obsidian and what they're putting out. All right, I got a couple more minutes and then I'm out of here. I'm fucking out of here, boy. But like I said, we'll be doing more streams because I'm packing up a lot of the shit that I have on the set as well, because I'm taking it with me, like my laptop and shit. So can't really shoot in there right now. I could, but I don't want to. But I'm fucking excited to see Xbox's conference because I feel like they're gonna have some big things to announce. Finally, I feel like it's gonna happen. I have a fucking feeling, and I'm gonna be so disappointed if it's not true. Yeah, Ubisoft. I always am excited for Ubisoft. They're like the one AAA developer that I actually like. I know they get a lot of shit because they're AAA, so we're like, fuck AAA, but I think Ubisoft does good. And I like the Tom Clancy games a lot. I've been playing them since fucking Rainbow Six. So, and Splinter Cell. I'm so excited for Splinter Cell. Nintendo. I think they're gonna kill it. I think they got a lot of really cool stuff to show. Skull and Bones, the better Sea of Thieves, maybe. Yeah, you're not gonna be getting off of your ship and doing the Skull and Bones kind of, or not Skull and Bones, Sea of Thieves thing, but the ship combat looks fucking awesome. Looks really cool. I'll actually be disappointed if they lean in heavily on the first party exclusives. I'm watching it for the third party stuff. Yeah, I mean, I I get excited for both things. I kind of break it down into multiple tiers. First party support, third party support, exclusivity of what you're offering, because that is the biggest incentive outside of brand loyalty and controller preference there is to owning a console. Is what they can offer you that no one else can, and what experience they can give you that no one else can. Third party is always really exciting though, because you get an element of not knowing what it's going to be or what the game's going to be like. Whereas with first party games, you typically pretty much know what kind of game you're going to get into. You just know it's going to have a lot of money pumped into it, so the quality hopefully is really good. Sometimes not so much because they're lazy, but yeah, I get excited for both. I always get really excited for first party AAA developed brand new IPs though, because it's almost like a blank slate, like Ghost of Tsushima. That's a AAA game, and that's a fucking samurai game, and you're just speaking my fucking language at that point. They had me hooked as soon as they showed that. I was like, fuck yeah. I'm going to hang out for like another minute or two. So anything you guys want to say before we end this stream? And then hopefully this will upload while I'm at work, so I don't have to fucking do it myself. But I might have to, because YouTube is real slow about that shit. It's like, oh, you streamed today? We'll have it uploaded tomorrow, maybe. Dying Light going to be awesome as well. Dude, yeah, I'm so excited for Dying Light 2. I love the first one. And when I was playing it, nobody was playing it, which sucks. And then people bought it later, and they're like, hey, you played Dying Light? I'm like, yeah, it's awesome. Are you playing it? They're like, yeah. And then I try and play with them, and I played most of the game by myself. But playing with people was really fun. So I can't wait for Dying Light 2. It's gonna be sick. I don't know, the mix of like first person parkour. It's funny, when I first started playing that game, I was like, man, the parkour is really stiff in this. But it's because as you level up and get better perks, it gets a lot better, to the point where I was like, this is the best first person parkour I've ever fucking experienced in a game. So they actually did a really good job with it. They just make you not very good at it at first. So, I mean, I got to the point where I was like just loving how you get around in that game. So, hopefully they add some more interesting ways of traversal in Dying Light 2. All right, well, I'm going to start closing this out. So, as always, thanks for hanging out, guys, who are here for the stream. Hopefully you guys are excited for E3. Hopefully they have co-op for the story and beyond. If you're talking about Dying Light, I agree. I'm pretty sure they will, because they did in the last one. Yeah, and for people who are watching this after the fact, thanks for watching as well. Yeah, make sure to check out our Discord, link down below. You can talk to us anytime, all the time. And most of our shows are typically on iTunes and Spotify and other podcast platforms if you'd prefer to listen to us. I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube all at the same time right now. So make sure to follow me on Twitch if you want to do that. That's Tasty Senpai, all one word. All one word. Psycho also says, what you didn't like the grappling hook in Dying Light? No, once I got it, I chose not to use it, because it kind of dampened the feeling of how you got around. I actually didn't like using it at all. I did use it a couple times just to try it out, but I really like that, having to jump to this, jump to that, fucking wall run, all that kind of shit, so... But, and you got it so early, too. That should have been, like, end game shit. You should have got that thing at the very end, but you get it pretty early on, I think. It's been a while since I played it. Unless I'm thinking of another game that had a grappling hook that did the exact same thing. I don't remember. Yeah. And, yeah, reminders that next week will be fucking all over the place when it comes to show scheduling. So don't expect Tasty Tuesday, don't expect Tasty Cast. We're also not doing Tasty Cast this weekend, but we are doing reaction videos as things come out. Anything big that comes out, we will be doing a reaction video after work. So if you're wondering what time that is, we're on the West Coast, Pacific Standard Time, most likely sometime around midnight to 1 a.m. On the West Coast time. So check us out then. Put it in your fucking schedule. or wait around and the videos will be uploaded for you to watch later. Yeah, again, everyone who's watching the stream, thanks for hanging out, guys. And for everyone else watching after the fact, have a good one, guys, and take it easy. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.